All right, let's jump right into this. Today, we're breaking down a fantastic guide by Mahnoor Faisal and turning it into a highly practical developer's playbook. We are talking about Claude Code, and more specifically, how you can go from just being a passive consumer of AI to an active, highly efficient token manager. Because, if you use AI for coding, you've probably already seen how fast token usage can just completely spin out of control. So get ready to take some notes, because these strategies are absolutely going to change your workflow.
Think about the subscriptions you're already used to. Fixed price services like Netflix, Spotify, or your gym. They offer a flat rate. You pay once, and your usage is essentially unlimited. But token-metered AI tools like Claude Code, they are an entirely different beast. Literally every prompt, every context window, and every single automated tool call costs tokens. And as we developers quickly figure out, it is surprisingly easy to burn through those usage limits way faster than you'd expect.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our optimization playbook for today. We'll cover the hidden AI coding cost, managing your session history, finding and targeting bloat, tuning models and effort, active interruption and detours, and finally, owning your token burn. Starting with Section 1, the hidden AI coding cost, or why more tokens doesn't mean better results.
This is absolutely crucial, and the takeaway comes directly from Mahnoor's guide. Using more tokens doesn't necessarily mean getting better results. We kind of have this bad habit of assuming that throwing all our files and an endless chat history at an AI will give it the context it needs to write perfect code. But honestly, giving Claude more context than it actually needs just creates noise. It has to sift through a ton of irrelevant data just to find what matters. So efficiency isn't about rationing your usage. It's about fundamentally changing how you interact with the tool.
Moving to Section 2, managing your session history and escaping the infinite context loop.
So, we developers have a really bad habit of treating an AI conversation like a permanent workspace. You finish one task and you just casually ask the next question in the exact same chat. But here's the catch. Claude rereads the entire chat history on every single turn to give you that seamless sense of continuity, which means your token usage is ballooning exponentially. The fix? The /clear command. It wipes the conversation history and gives Claude a fresh context window. And the best part is, it smartly preserves the project-level instructions in your claude.md file so you never lose your baseline rules. Now, here's how you actually put that into practice with a workflow we call the handoff trick. Before your chat gets ridiculously bloated, do this. Step 1. Have Claude summarize the key decisions and the specific files you've changed. Step 2. Run that /clear command to wipe the slate clean. And Step 3, hand that concentrated bite-sized summary right into the fresh session. You get to keep the important context, but you drop all that bloated conversational baggage from earlier dead ends. It's a total game changer. But hey, sometimes you don't want to completely wipe the history, right? Especially if Claude has spent the last 20 minutes digging into complex code-based details that you absolutely do not want to re-explain. That is exactly when you use /compact instead of /clear. The /compact command takes the history and condenses it into a short summary, which frees up your context window without forcing you to start completely from zero. All right, Section 3, finding and targeting bloat. Think of this as the task manager for your AI. When your laptop is lagging, what do? You open Task Manager or Activity Monitor, right? Well, /context is the AI equivalent for Claude Code. Running this command gives you a precise breakdown of exactly what is taking up space in your context window. Because believe it or not, token usage often hides in places you really wouldn't expect, like system prompts, built-in tools, or connected servers. To put that into perspective, look at this real breakdown from Mahnoor's workflow. She was burning through a massive 41,000 tokens in a single session. But look closely, only 2,600 of those tokens were from her actual user messages. More than 20,000 tokens were just being eaten up by system tools and connected MCP servers. Seriously, if you have 3 MCP servers connected but you're only using one for your current task, those other 2 are draining your tokens on every single message. You literally can't fix bloat until you can see it. Which brings us to Section 4, tuning models and effort, dialing in your compute power. We have to remember that AI reasoning is a resource, and it is definitely not free. When Claude pauses to quote-unquote think before typing, it's spending tokens. Now, Anthropic uses adaptive reasoning, meaning the AI tries to guess if a step needs deep thought. But you can manually override that using the /effort command, dialing it anywhere from low to max.
By manually capping that effort level, you stop the AI from overthinking simple, routine tasks and wasting tokens on unnecessary deep dives. Look at this number, 45%. Just by switching the effort level from high down to medium for routine tasks, Mahnoor saw a massive 45% drop in token usage. And the kicker? There was absolutely no meaningful difference in the quality of the code it produced.
Along with adjusting effort, you also need to make sure you're matching your model to the task using the /model command. We've got 4 model families to choose from. Haiku is your fast, simple worker. Sonnet is the sweet spot for everyday coding. Opus is your heavy hitter for complex reasoning, and Fable is reserved for the absolute hardest, longest jobs. You want to strictly match the AI's compute level to the actual complexity of what you're doing.
I absolutely love this quote from the explainer. Don't bring Opus to a boilerplate fight. It's so true. If you just need a quick refactor or some basic boilerplate setup, a lighter model like Sonnet or even Haiku is perfectly fine. Reaching for the heaviest model for a simple job is literally just setting your tokens on fire.
All right, Section 5, Active Interruption and Detours, Getting Precision and Real-Time Control.
Stop making Claude play hide and seek. Seriously, if you just let it loose in your repository without directions, it's going to waste dozens of steps and thousands of tokens searching for the right files. Instead, use precision targeting. By simply typing the @ symbol, followed by a file or directory path, you point Claude exactly where it needs to go. This stops the costly search party and gets the AI writing code immediately. And what happens when Claude inevitably does go off track? You need to interrupt it immediately. Paying for the wrong AI answer twice is a massive waste of resources. If Claude starts editing the wrong file, stop it right there. And if you aren't sure why it's doing something, use the /btw command. This is brilliant. It lets you ask a side question, like, by the way, why are you looking in that folder? Without polluting your main context window with a random tangent. It's a real-time detour that saves your chat history from getting completely derailed.
Finally, Section 6, Owning your token burn. Because at the end of the day, efficiency is a developer habit.
So let's quickly recap these incredibly practical CLI commands you can start using right now. Use /clear for fresh starts. Use /compact to shrink those long chats down. Run /context to actively hunt down bloat. Adjust your /effort for routine tasks. Match your /model to the job's actual complexity. Target your files directly with @mentions. And ask those side questions using /btw. You know, we love to blame AI platforms for our usage limits, but the truth is, a massive chunk of our token burn comes down to our own messy developer habits. So, I want to leave you with this thought. In your next coding session, are you going to let the AI just run wild, or will you take control of your token burn? Try implementing just 2 or 3 of these commands today and watch how much more efficient your AI coding becomes. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy coding.